Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have quite the interesting story to bring to you regarding Bud Light. This one was a little bit shocking. The fact that they actually have a supposed whistleblower from the company that worked for the company or is currently working for the company that says that the whole destruction behind Bud Light was on purpose. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're trying to say that this entire debacle with Dylan Mulvaney was actually a strategic destruction of Bud Light. I don't know if I necessarily believe this, okay? And I haven't read this article yet, so we are going to jump into it. But I would not be surprised at the end of the day if this is even a possibility, because we're seeing a lot of things like this happen lately with certain companies. One of the conspiracy theories has to do with Disney as well, and the fact that they are purposefully trying to lose as much money as possible to sell themselves to Apple later down the line. We've heard all these kind of conspiracies, but this one is interesting because it is about the relevant topic of Bud Light. So let's get into the article, guys. But of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. It says ex-Anheuser-Busch employee says Dylan Mulvaney campaign a strategic destruction of Bud Light. It feels like they said, let's put a nail in this coffin. Now, again, this is a supposed whistleblower. Whether it's true or not, who really knows at the end of the day, but let's see what it says. Bud Light's controversial partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney could have been a strategic attempt to permanently alter the brand's audience, according to an anonymous former employee. The popular beer brand came under fire in April after a post from Mulvaney's Instagram account featured a personalized Bud Light can. The backlash to the brand in response to partnering with the transgender grifter led to a massive slump in sales, that's putting it lightly. Though the company's CEO insisted in a statement that it never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people, the ex-Anheuser-Busch worker suggested that the move was indeed intentional. Now think about this for a second. What would making the move intentional actually provide you as a company, right? If you have this idea that you want to sell off the company, that's one thing. But why would you want to sell off the #1 selling brand in America before Modelo took over? Like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to purposefully destroy a #1 beer brand? I don't know if that necessarily makes a lot of sense. But then again, you have Disney, that is a top tier company that was making billions upon billions of dollars, and they're destroying themselves from their entertainment sector from within. So then again, you just never know what truly is happening behind the scenes and what is pulling the actual strings, because everything is being pulled at some point. It's basically puppeteering, but again, you just never really know. It says employees expressed the fact that they were shocked. Why would they do this? What were they thinking? Especially now. This is the worst. It's like the worst time, yet the best timing if a company were trying to change the way it operates from a corporate level. And that's just my opinion, he said to Outkick's Tommy Lauren. Many of us talking about that like they planned it in a way, like a strategic destruction of Bud Light. So I guess if you want to talk from a corporate standpoint, I'm sure there's much easier ways to change the corporate culture of a company than to purposely destroy the company. I feel like, I don't know, this feels just a little odd to me, but let's keep reading. The whistleblower stated on Tommy Lauren is fearless that nobody's happy about the fall in sales and everybody considers the move a very bad idea. However, on the corporate level, he claimed that this could have been part of a strategy to undermine the American company. When the company was bought over by InBev, a lot of things changed when it was owned by Anheuser-Busch. You know it's an American brand, the whistleblower remarked. He explained that the company previously offered many benefits prior to its purchase by InBev. Though the fall in the sales of Bud Light brand, the former employee stated that the corporation could restructure both employee benefits and its company standards through layoffs and renegotiating contracts. Now, just so you're aware, this is a live feed of the stock, and it continues, ladies and gentlemen, to go down. It continues to go down. It's absolutely insane just how much money they are losing, Anheuser-Busch as a whole. It is crazy to me. But again, they deserve every bit of it. Bud Light has been falling for many years. We've talked about that for many years. The numbers have just, little by little deteriorated. And it feels like they said, let's put this nail in this coffin. He said, now we have a lot of layoffs, a lot of loss in production. It would be easy for them to restructure, let's say pay or contracts. Man, this is going to like real deep conspiracy territory. But again, even though Bud Light is supposedly or has been supposedly falling for many, many, many years, it doesn't matter. Like, you're still the #1 beer, right? Like, you're still the #1 beer brand, and you were the #1 beer brand up until this point. Had you not destroyed it yourselves, if you weren't going to believe this whole craziness right now, had you not destroyed it yourselves, you would still be the #1 beer brand, most likely. Like, 99% guaranteed you would still be the #1 beer brand. So why do this? Why do this? To renegotiate pay and contracts? It just seems like a really extreme stretch for me. It says it's too obvious that they wouldn't just mistakenly do this and not expect these repercussions. Anybody could tell you what was going to happen, he commented. Nielsen IQ data provided to Fox Business by Bump Williams Consulting showed that for the week ending June 3rd, Bud Light sales were down 24.4% compared to a year ago. Over the last 4 weeks ending June 3rd, the data showed Bud Light sales were down 24.6% relative to the same period last year. Most recently, Bud Light lost its title as the #1 selling beer brand in dollar sales to Modelo Especial, losing the spot in the first time in over 2 decades. I'm angry at the company on the corporate level just because they had to have known that this was going to happen and they let it happen, the whistleblower remarked. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, they knew this was going to happen. Every single company that gets woke damn sure knows what's going to happen. They sometimes they rely on it, right? Sometimes they rely on the outrage. They rely on the rage clicks. They know what's going to come. They know, they feel it. They just know they put some nasty, stupid shit out there. They know they're going to get some absolute nonsense and absolute hate for it. And they deserve it. They do. Like, just because we know that that's what they're expecting doesn't mean we should not give them exactly what they deserve and then some. And that's essentially what happened. I think to a degree that they probably even themselves didn't realize, because they've been saying that this boycott was not going to last. They kept saying it was going to blow over. That's what they were hoping for anyway. And they found out real quick that that is not the case. He concluded, as for why, it's all just speculation, but from the previous years and the way they tried to take away the way the company is run from the past to now, it's not the same company it was when I started. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very clear that Bud Light is falling and falling very hard. They don't have much else going for them right now. And at the end of the day, whether it was purposeful or not, the fact of the matter is they are losing an ungodly amount of money, the likes of which I haven't seen like ever. So I just can't wait to see what else is going to happen as time continues. But as their stock continues to fall, and I've shown it, it's still negative. Even at the time of this filming, it keeps going down. It's going to get very ugly really quick. And I am positive you're going to start seeing tons and tons of layoffs going into the rest of the year. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.